Hi, and welcome to yet another video on AI and C Sharp, where we're looking into the Microsoft Agent Framework. And now, before this video, we have only worked with one agent at the time, but now we're going into multi-agents and workflows. This is a very advanced topic with lots of options, so don't be too discouraged if it's a bit difficult to get your mind around. But workflows and multi-agents are sort of together and sort of not, because you can technically use multiple agents without workflows, and you can use workflows without multiple agents. But in this video, I'm going to give an overview. I'm not going to show any code in this video, but each of the 4 different ways we can work, which I will show you in 1 second, there will be multiple videos on them. So let's get into it. Because, as mentioned, there are lots and lots of options here. The agent framework have this workflow, which is kind of odd because you could use any other workflow, but it has some niceties around AI and agents, but they could technically have been 2 different products in my mind. But if we were to make some multi-agents, what we could do is, of course, we could just do what we have done so far and just make 2 of them and then have them call after each other or work together. And often when you do that, you use what is called structured output, which I haven't shown yet because agent framework are in a state where the structured output part is a little lackluster, and I hope they very soon will make it better. So I will make dedicated videos on that at some point. But it is possible to just take multiple agents, do some if statements, do some switch statements yourself, and of course call that multi-agent. What real agents is, for example, if you take one agent and give it other agents as tools. So just like we have function calling or tool calling, we can actually turn an entire agent into a tool and give it to another agent. So there's a primary agent with some sub-agents underneath it. This is possible, and there is a few reasons for doing that when you have lots and lots of tools. But there will be a video dedicated for that as well. Then we have the workflows, where we can build up a workflow in code. And as I mentioned, workflows don't need to have agents involved. So you could just make a workflow that took a string, uppercased it, and then lowercased it, and then reversed it, for example. That would have nothing to do with agents, and that would be perfectly legal to do in this workflow. But what you will probably end up using is to have them agent assisted, meaning that one or more of the parts of the workflow will have an agent involved, so it can do some work on the individual steps in a workflow. And finally, there is workflow as an agent, so you can actually make an entire workflow and turn that into an agent. So you use that entire workflow as if it was an agent. When you say run async, it will run the entire workflow. The final thing is what I've called agentic workflows. It's still in the same workspace or namespace in the API, but this is where the things from Autogen, which was one of the 2 parts of the predecessors to Agent Framework, Semantic Kernel was one of them, and they came with workflows, and Semantic Kernel came with the agentic workflows. And these kind of workflows is where all nodes in the workflow is agents by themselves. So you can have something like concurrent, so you start multiple agents to work on the same task and then aggregate them together. You can make them sequential, just one after the other. You can make some handoffs where you say, oh, I want this agent to take care of if it's like this, or if it's like this, it's this agent. And then they have their big magentic thing where you actually just throw a bunch of agents together and have an orchestrator of making workflows. This is some of the parts that the agent workflow is not really ready with at this time of recording, and they don't have any documentation on it. So it's probably one of the last ones, but also one of the more exciting ones once they get it up and running. So that is actually everything for this video. But again, there will be separate videos in the areas of manual, tools, workflows, and agentic workflows as we go along in this video series. So with that, thank you and see you in the next one.